know what's up, it's no cheap. Miss D.O.E. Don Dada. You notice me. They like, don't you the Lulu, you a loose screw. She really giving in a fool.
Quite the attire on the Pistons as they made their way through the tunnel earlier. They're geared up to give their fans a big treat here at home tonight. And a good Thursday evening to you. 2K Sports presents the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. On the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. So a moment now to see the story for Tim Hardaway.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Jose Alvarado is out there with Brown. Then it's Kelly Olynyk. And it's Messi in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Detroit, inside for him, it's Harris and Duren. Cade Cunningham out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Thompson in at the 3 spot. It's the final game of the regular season, Greg. It's time to look ahead for most teams.
And for some, that's looking towards the playoffs, right? Others, it's looking to the offseason, but don't look too far down the road just yet. We've got a game to play.
And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it. Cunningham with it. Outside Hardaway. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That's in. Coming off the assist from Thompson. Harris has got the opening basket of the game for the Pistons. Here's Alvarado to the wing on the left. Here's Olynyk. Duren pulls it in. Shot from the wing, and they pick up 2.
Just stopping on a dime. THJ, nice job there with the pull-up.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Pass to Olynyk. Down low. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for Detroit. It's a 3-point game. Harris looking it over. It's Duren, top of the key. Shot clock at 6. Hardaway sets a screen for Thompson. Misses the 3. Pass to Alvarado. Here's Messi. Now, here's Olynyk. His last outing, he had 8 points. New Orleans moving the ball around. And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Stan, I'm looking at this Pelicans roster. They've done a great job building through trades, signing kids off the street, and acquiring talent.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Kevin, that anyone's done a better job of putting together a roster so deep and talented. And as you said, they've done it in so many ways. Draft, trade, undrafted guys. Just a tremendous job.
Really something. The first free throw is good. Stan, for 4 seasons, you were the head coach of the Detroit Pistons. And we were just talking the other day, what a great sports city Detroit is.
Oh, I absolutely loved my time in Detroit. I've still got 2 kids who live in the area, and great sports fans. Hardworking people that really value hardworking teams, and if you are one, they will be behind you all the way.
Now here's Hardaway. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Pass to Harris for 3. Alvarado grabs the board.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Here's Messi. And here Here's Olynyk taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Alvarado passes to Olynyk. It's Brown with the drive and trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Pass to Cunningham. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Well, the physicality of the NBA takes some getting used to, but Cunningham is able to make those tough finishes.
Now, Alvarado. His last outing, 16 points for him. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Hardaway. Pistons leading by 3. Pass to Cunningham. A floater, and good that time. Cunningham's got his second basket of the night.
Great touch there from Cunningham. He's so skilled.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Three-pointer. Detroit with the rebound. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
Yeah, poor communication at the defensive end. Many of the rotations were late.
Alvarado finds Olynyk. Pass to Messi. Shoots over Duran, and it's blocked.
Well, Duran making his physical presence known.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Number 0, first personal foul. First team foul.
And you look at Asar Thompson, coach, already imposing at the defensive end of the floor.
He certainly is, Kevin. And that's what they got him to do. But it's the offensive end where he has to make strides, especially in his three-point shooting. It's problematic for a perimeter player who struggles to get the ball in the basket.
That free throw, no good. Now the Pelicans have lost in the first round GA of the playoffs in 2 of the last 3 years.
And with how good the West is right now, they knew they couldn't stand pat. They felt the urgency to make some changes this offseason in order to take the next step.
And the second free throw, good. He stands since 2009. The Pistons have just 2 playoff appearances.
Yeah, that's true, Kevin. And they got swept in both of those playoff appearances. They haven't won a playoff game since 2008. And with all the lottery picks they've made recently, their fans are itching to see some progress.
Game to go. Let's take a look at how the final seeding will look in the East. We take a look at the Pistons. Right now, the 6th best record in the conference, looking to hold on to playoff position and finish the regular season strong.
And I think for the Pistons, this season has been, it's been solid. But they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
Well, look, they've performed to expectations. but I think this team can take it to another level if they get rolling.
Now, here's Olynyk, still without a basket. Thompson, high post. Harris outside. Here's Cunningham, and Cunningham with the slam.
Cunningham showing his game extends above the rim.
Pelicans trail by 8. Looking to end the run. Duran pulls it in.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Cunningham outside. With the floater. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
Just 5 on the clock. Misses from short range.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans, trailing here by 8. Here's Alvarado. Guarded by Hardaway. Olynyk, a screen on Hardaway. And it's Alvarado missing.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Detroit, no good that time either. Pelicans trail by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Pass to Olynyk. New Orleans moving the ball around. And here's Brown outside. Rebounded by Hardaway. Here are the Pistons with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Cunningham passes to Hardaway. Cunningham sets a screen for Hardaway. The 3 buries the long-range jumper. Hardaway has got 5 now.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
And timeout called by Willie Green. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
Here we go.
Detroit making a switch here. Beasley's checked in, and the Pelicans making a change here as well. Hawkins is checked in. To Alvarado. Here's Messi. Clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Olynyk. And again, unable to change momentum here.
they've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Cunningham's shot is off. Pelicans trail by 11. Pass to Alvarado. Hawkins with it. From outside the arc, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
I love the decisiveness from Hawkins. He's skilled at realizing when he should shoot off the catch.
And here is Durant. Hardaway with it. He's got 5. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
Here's Messi. 9-point game his last outing. Screened by Olynyk. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Hawkins has got his second bucket tonight.
It's not often, but Hawkins will take these mid-range looks when they come his way.
Duran with a screen on Hawkins. Here's Duran. He has yet to score. Cunningham. And there's another one for the Pistons.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
It's Hawkins on the wing. Guarded by Hardaway. The shot by Hawkins, no good. Detroit leading by 10. Pass to Hardaway. Hawkins against Harris. Over Hawkins. Off target at the rim. New Orleans gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Alvarado with it. Picked up by Harris. Olynyk can't hit.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Cunningham's shot is off. Pelicans trail by 10. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to Messi. Now Hawkins launches it. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. And Greg, for longtime Pistons fans, that Bad Boys era was so special.
I mean, Detroit's a tough, hard-working town. And those teams did have great talent led by Isaiah Thomas, but it was their physical, intimidating style of play that made them the Bad Boys.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Here for the Pistons. Stewart checked in for Durant. Holland comes in for Harris. Asar Thompson, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Cunningham. Schroeder. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Beasley with a clean look. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Pelicans trail by 7. Brown outside. There's the pick. Out to Payton. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Schroeder. On target from 13 feet. Now just a 5-point Detroit lead. 1:02 left in the first quarter. Schroeder outside. Pass to Thompson. Over Brown. Thompson finds Beasley. A three-pointer off the mark. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Brown, no good. Pistons leading by 5. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
I think the rim could be 12 feet off the ground, and Thompson could still go get the lob.
Payton passes to Robinson Earl. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. To the middle, here's Hawkins. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Hawkins has got 10 points in the game.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Hawkins against Beasley. Stewart with the screen on Hawkins. Beasley for 3. Stewart. And so it's Cade Cunningham making things happen for the Detroit Pistons. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. They've got Payton. He's out there with Hawkins. And it's Robinson Earl in at the 4-man position. Thompson, a screen on Payton. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Schroeder's got his first bucket in this one. You know, Stan, when I think of you as a coach, I think defense. So let me put you on the spot as you assess the wing defenders in the NBA right now. Who are some of the top 2 or 3 that you know?
Well, look, there's so many good ones. My favorite right now is Lou Dort because he's so strong, he's so disciplined, and he has an amazing ability to use his body even against guys that are a lot taller. He is a frustrating guy for great scorers to play against.
Now, he brought a lot to the NBA, but haven't the Thunder done a good job developing that kid?
Well, they have, and look, they've got other great defenders too, like Jalen Williams.
And Howland gets it to go. And now it's a 9-point Piston lead.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Payton passes to Robinson Earl. Back to Payton. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Hawkins shot good.
This is a go-to shot for Hawkins because he knows how dangerous he can be from downtown.
Peter passes to Howland. Pass to Beasley. Pelicans with the rebound.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. From the arc, it'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Hawkins.
And that makes it 2 3-pointers in the quarter so far and 4 for the game.
Her kicks to Stewart. Pass to Thompson. For 3, Beasley. It's hauled in by Brown.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with the 3 of his own.
Up and in on the layup. And now just a 1-point Piston lead.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Well, with all the momentum they've built up, I don't see this run stopping anytime soon.
And that one is good by Beasley.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now, here's Brown. 9 points last game out. Pass to Hawkins. For the three. He misses his third shot of the game. He has made 6 of his 9. Beasley inside. He's covered by Hawkins. And it's Beasley. That time in the assist by Thompson.
Great awareness by Thompson, wanting to find his open teammates whenever he can.
Back to Payton. Here's Hawkins. That is off the mark. He's shooting 60% on 6 of 10 shots. Beasley for 3. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Brown the pass to Hawkins. Hawkins can't get that one to fall. Detroit leading by 9. And Thompson kicks it over to Schroeder. Thompson sets the pick for Schroeder. Launches from deep. It's hauled in by Hawkins.
I'm not sure if anyone on the team has the green light from there. Definitely not him.
Well, that's the shot where if you make it, everything's fine. But if not, you're going to hear about it.
To the inside to stop the run. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Detroit's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. Beasley the pass to Holland. And Thompson kicks to Holland. It's Beasley on the wing, covered by Payton. No good from Beasley.
Well, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Greg, it's been great to see the Pelicans get to the next level these past few seasons, hasn't it?
It has, and they've become one of the deeper teams in the NBA over that time. It's not just about one guy. There's talent up and down that roster.
Now, here's Brown. Fires from way outside. Does not score again. That's his 4th miss against one mate.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
And you look at the Detroit Pistons, Stan, so much young talent, but the chemistry is a work in progress, clearly.
Well, it is, Kevin, and they're working on it. But it's hard with so many new faces, and they still need a second and third guy that they can build around. They've got a lot of good role players, but they need a couple more stars.
That free throw, no good. Hey, Stan, as a coach, what was the most difficult part when transitioning from college to the pros?
That's a great question, Kevin, and I think 2 things. Number one, the length and the pace of the season. You just didn't have the time to prepare for the next game. Everything was sped up. And then, obviously, the talent of the players. So you're trying to game plan and come up with a way to stop guys who are essentially unstoppable.
And a missed layup.
Look, that's just great work on the boards. Effort dictates success on the glass more than size.
Schroeder finds Harris. With some arc, and it's good on the layup. Harris has got the lead up to 11 now for Detroit.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. the Pistons. Duran, he's checked in for Malik Beasley. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Pistons. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And they've been enjoying this long homestand. That will be game 4 of 5 in a row at home.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Alden. David.
Kevin, Jalen Duran, a physical specimen, is improving the finer points of his game, including his vision. He said, I feel like I've always been a good passer. I've developed more of that as my young career has gone on, understanding the league better and how to win. Kevin?
Yeah, DA, it takes time, but nice to see his development. The first one at the line is good. And defensively, Stan, the Pelicans look to try and switch as much as they can.
Yeah, Kevin, and it makes sense with their personnel. It can mean reduced minutes for traditional centers at times, but that's the defensive philosophy they've committed to.
And he can't hit the second. GA, what effect do you think the rule to limit flopping has had since it was put into place in the NBA?
Well, I do think we're seeing less theatrics, and there were fines before, but a flop now might impact the game itself. So I'd say it's been a bit of a deterrent.
Hardaway against Hawkins. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
Cunningham kicks to Hardaway. Stewart with a screen on Hawkins. Hardaway, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Pass to Olynyk. Olynyk, a screen on Harris. From downtown, Detroit with the rebound. Duran's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Cunningham. Outside Hardaway. That doesn't go either for Hardaway.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Pass to Messi. Here's the 3. They get it again. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Here's Cunningham. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And here is Olynyk. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Alvarado. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Messi lays it up and banks it in.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Now, here's Cunningham. He's guarded closely. Stewart with it. He points his last outing. Cunningham's shot is off. 10 points separating the teams. Pass to Alvarado. Here's Misi. Takes a three. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 7 rebounds in the game.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Oh, man. Cunningham making it look easy.
There's 1:54 left in the first half of the game. Here's Alvarado. Pass to Olynyk. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
At nearly 7 feet tall, Olynyk is tough to guard without fouling inside, especially when he's looking to score.
Olynyk. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Olynyk.
Now a veteran in this league, Olynyk has carved out a nice role for himself thanks to his hustle and versatile skill set.
Asar Thompson, he's checked in for the Pistons. Brown, he's checked in for New Orleans. And so Olynyk nails both of them.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Now, here's Cunningham. 35 points for him last game against Sacramento.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
Six on the shot clock. It's rebounded by New Orleans. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Bucks in Milwaukee. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip. Brown finds Alvarado. Here's Misi. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And it's Brown missing. The Pistons on offense. They're on a 16-7 run. And Thompson gets it to go.
Gotta do more than this to stop Thompson. He's used to having to fight through contact.
Pass to Olynyk. Takes the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He has 6.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Hardaway passes to Cunningham. Over Alvarado. And again, Cunningham missing. Pelicans trail by 9. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Jacks up a 3. No good on that one. And we finished one half of basketball. Pistons ahead. They're up by 9. Live from Little Caesars Arena. You're watching 2K Sports.
Welcome to halftime. First up, let's check out what games are tipping off tonight. It'll be the Hawks against the Nets in Brooklyn. That one gets going 7:30 Eastern Time.
These are solid teams, pretty close talent-wise.
Absolutely a sneaky good game that should be very entertaining.
And circling back to the first half, things have not gone as planned for the New Orleans Pelicans.
You're not going to win many games shooting under 30% from 3. If they want to climb back into it, they've got to focus on getting easier looks there, Ernie.
Not everybody can be like the Jet, though, who shot a career 40% from behind the line.
39.9%. That half year in Atlanta killed it, Ernie.
I would agree with that.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. Detroit leading by 9. Thompson and Harris are their forwards. Hardaway is out there with Cade Cunningham. And it's Duren in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Detroit right now.
Yeah, look, it's not always about height. He's showing he wants those boards.
Round the pass to Alvarado. Here's Messi. Now here's Olynyk. Shot clock at 6. Pulls it up. Buries the jump shot. And it's Cunningham with the ball for Detroit. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Pass to Hardaway. His three-pointers off the mark. Pelicans trail by 7. To the wing right side. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's Brown. Duren pulls it in.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Here's Cunningham. Banked in off the glass. Cunningham's got 14.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And when you take a look at Jalen Duren, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
And here we go. Fast break. Cunningham's got it. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
And we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks? Yeah, payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof, but look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security, Kevin.
The first one falls. Brown drops them both. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Outside Hardaway. Now Duren. Still yet to score. Pass to Harris. 6 to shoot. Now Thompson fires the 3. And the 3 ball is good.
If he develops a consistent three-point shot in his first few years, Thompson's going to be scary.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Olynyk against Harris. Olynyk inside. Some solid defense from Harris.
Not a great start to the second half. Just 1 for 4.
And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Here's Alvarado. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Alvarado's got 5 now.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
Cunningham passes to Thompson. To Cunningham. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
Wow, Cunningham, offensively, he can hurt you in so many ways, and he's got it all working tonight.
Pelicans trail by 11. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. The shot comes out. Good D by Thompson.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that.
Yes, that goes in. Thompson's got the lead up to 13 now for Detroit.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Pass to Misi. Back to Alvarado. Brown feeling it out a bit. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Misi. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. No good from the wing.
Well, it's just not been his night. He's finding good looks, but they're just not falling.
Cunningham passes to Hardaway. High, arcing shot, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you gotta love a vet like Tim Hardaway Jr. He knows the game well, knows how to go out there and produce for his team.
Detroit shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And he makes the first. Hardaway hits them both. Pelicans trail by 15. Alvarado with it. 5 points in the game. And he lays it straight in. Alvarado's got 7 points.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Now here's Thompson. He's got 12. Back to Harris. Launches a 3. Misi grabs the rebound. Misi's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And here is Brown. Baseline jumper. Rebounded by the Pistons. Duran's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. It's not going to go for him.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake thinking they can put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
Got the 1-2 punch as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. B.A. thanks.
That is what they want from Duran. Spike it, young fella.
And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Pistons, Malik Beasley comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Cunningham. And so Brown will bring it up for New Orleans. 15-point game. Pass to Hawkins. Beasley against Brown. From past the arc. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead. Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here is Hawkins. He's got 16. Pocket 6. There's the triple. Drills the three-pointer. 9 points in the game so far.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Pistons leading by 14. There's Schroeder. Pass to Harris. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Harris has got 7.
And really, over the years, Harris has worked so hard on that jumper, now reaping the rewards of all his labor.
Brown's shot is good. Pistons have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. We know Coach Jordan Hawkins has already shown upside as a sharpshooter.
Yeah, Kevin, and here's what sets him apart. There's a lot of guys in the league who can make spot-up threes. But Jordan Hawkins is great on the move, and defenders have a very tough time chasing him around, and he's got the confidence you need to be great.
Now Hawkins after the missed 3 from Dennis Schroeder. Inside. Good D by Thompson.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Beasley, the pass to Durant. And they get it back. Schroeder outside. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Thompson for 3. It's hauled in by Hawkins. Pelicans trail by 14. Pass to Misi. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Jalen Durant. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
And he knocks down the first one. Stewart's checked in for the Pistons. Holland comes in for Thompson. Kane, he's checked in for New Orleans. Elfrid Payton comes in for Bruce Brown. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. After a solid rookie campaign, Coach, Jalen Duren had a breakout sophomore year.
Well, Kevin, Jalen Duren knows who he is. Averaging a double-double, but he stays within himself. Doesn't take very many jump shots, shot well over 60%, and he has got a great motor.
Here's Kane following the bucket by the Pistons. And too much time in the lane, they get called for the 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Now here's Beasley. He's got 8. Here's Schroeder. That shot off the mark. Pelicans trail by 15 to the inside. Here's Misi. Pass to Hawkins. Beasley with the rebound.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
There's 1:59 left to play in the third. Collins kicks it over to Schroeder. Lets it go from deep. Traps in the tray. Schroeder's got his second bucket of the night.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
Pass to Kane. And here is Payton. They set the pick. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Pistons leading by 18. Stewart with it. Back to Schroeder. Pass to Stewart. It's Beasley on the wing. Pelicans with the rebound. Hawkins has got 4 rebounds in this game. Payton outside. There's 48 seconds left in the third. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Payton's got his third basket of the night right there. Confident play we're seeing out of him.
Yeah, and the scoreboard tells the story.
Pass to Schroeder. Duran with a screen on Payton. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And that one's good. Schroeder. New Orleans has gone 2 of 5 with a 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Here's Kane. One second left. No good on the last second attempt there. And so is Detroit with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their transition game has been in full effect. Back to the action in just a minute. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got Hawkins, also Payton out there, and it's Kane in at the small forward position. Now, here's Payton. 5 on the clock. Trying his luck from deep. Rebound, Detroit. Beasley's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
I agree. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Kane. Off target with his 3. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Beasley outside. The shot's good, and the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 5th assist in this one. Now, here's Payton. To the paint, here's Kane, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Now, here's Schroeder. That one falls.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
Here is Hawkins after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Hawkins. Payton looking it over. Shoots over Schroeder. A shot by Payton, no good. And Beasley has the ball here for Detroit. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Stewart finds Beasley. Pelicans with the rebound.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking them up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
So, Greg, you played the point. And create a player, if you had to pick a different position to play, which would it be?
Ooh, good question, Kevin. Probably small forward, wing. I'd like to be a fearsome finisher who can soar and dunk over everybody.
The Pistons making a change here. Hollins checked in. Here's Holland. It's Beasley on the wing. Stewart, a screen for Beasley. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Payton against Schroeder. Pass to Kane. Payton outside. Down low. The shot by Hawkins, no good. Pistons leading by 23. Here's Schroeder. Drops in the layup for 2. Schroeder's got 4 points in the quarter.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
To the middle. They need this one. And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2.
All the officials are all over that one.
First team foul. At the line for the Pelicans, Kane, 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
He misses the free throw. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the results.
And he misses the second one as well, so he's 0 for 2 that time.
They're not doing themselves any favors with their free throw shooting this half.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
No one near Reeves as he lets it go. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Well, Hawkins isn't just a scorer. He's also good at sharing the wealth.
Cunningham looking it over. Pass to Beasley. Now, here's Stewart. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, easy call.
First team foul. At the line for Detroit, Malik Beasley, 2 shots.
And the first one drops. So for the Pistons, Jalen Duren. He's checked in for Stewart. Harris comes in for Holland. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Fontecchio. Second free throw, no good. And Greg, everyone loves talking trades. Future first-round picks have been moved quite a bit of late, and that's been kind of interesting.
And Kevin, a lot of teams that don't control any of their future first-round picks. With so much pressure to win now, GMs are willing to use draft assets.
Coach, it didn't take long for Kay Cunningham to establish himself as the leader of this team.
Well, Kevin, he's very mature for his age. He was put in a position with all young guys around him, so he had to step up. And I've never heard Kay Cade Cunningham blame anyone else for the team's struggles. He's got everything you could want in a team leader.
That's good from Cunningham.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor, and he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
Stewart checked in for Malik Beasley. And so Cunningham nails both of them.
The former #1 pick, Cunningham has dealt with some injuries, but when he's healthy, he's always a factor.
Here's Alvarado. Olynyk, a screen on Cunningham. Alvarado finds Olynyk, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Third personal foul. Team second. At the line for the Pelicans, Kelly Olynyk. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible.
And so Olynyk nails both of them. And so it's Detroit with the ball. Pass to Duran. Harris outside. Cunningham trying to break free. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you like how physical Harris can get inside, always looking to initiate contact on offense.
Tobias Harris, 2 shots.
That's good from Harris.
He's just one of those veterans you can count on from the line. Harris really makes an impact from the stripe.
And Harris drops them both. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the 4th quarter for them. Screen by Olynyk. Here's Alvarado. And the Pelicans miss again.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And Duran is right there.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Alvarado with it. There's the drive. It's hauled in by Stewart.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
Here's Cunningham on the mark with the 15-footer. Cunningham's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, they need Cunningham to be effective from that mid-range area.
Pass to Olynyk. Hey, Stan, we've exported so much corporate basketball knowledge overseas. Remember when Fratello and you and your brother Jeff would go over there and have these clinics and teach the coaches the game? And they've taken that knowledge, clearly, and run with it.
No, I think that definitely happened when those guys went over. I think now it's sort of going the other way in large part. I know that all of us in the league now study what the great coaches in Europe are doing, and there's a lot of them, and the game is different, but they incorporate a lot of different concepts. I don't know a staff in the league that isn't spending a lot of time studying the international game.
5 to shoot. Pass to Hawkins. Over Hardaway. No good there off the double clutch. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. Duran with the bounce pass. Stewart misses. New Orleans has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Here's Alvarado. No good from outside.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Pass to Hardaway. It's up a 3. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Duren. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Holland, he's checked in for Duren. Fontecchio's coming in for Tobias Harris. Beasley's checked in for Hardaway. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Cade Cunningham. And New Orleans also making a change. Brown, he's checked in for Hawkins. Pass to Misi. Greg, we've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't quite have a feel for the game yet. So possibly the product suffers, but it also gives you a chance to develop these young players in your system.
Wasted no time on that one. Fontecchio's got himself on the board with 3 there. The Pelicans shooting a low 30% right now, an ugly offensive performance. Alvarado passes to Olynyk. Back to Alvarado. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
His shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Beasley finds Schroeder. Now Stewart. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Good to see Stewart playing with aggression. This is how he attracts contact.
At the line for Detroit, Stewart. Isaiah Stewart. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Stewart.
A 2020 first-round pick. Isaiah Stewart is a load at 6'8", 250. Is very intense. He's a guy you want on your side.
The Pistons making a change here. Waters is checked in. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Well, Stan, the NBA awards impact so much on these players and what they think they can acquire and achieve. How do you feel about the structure of award voting?
Well, right now, Kevin, there's about 100 panelists that each get a vote, and that seems like as good approach as any. Certainly, I need to be on that panel, and you know, I mean, I think we'd probably get more worthy award winners if they would just let me pick them myself.
But you know, they make your picks public, and a lot of times voters are uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, that doesn't really bother me. I'm used to people disagreeing with me anyway. I have a family, Kevin.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Pass to Fontecchio. Schroeder, right side. Stewart, a screen for Schroeder. Shoots over Alvarado. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. And so it's New Orleans with it. And here is Olynyk. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Misi. It's hauled in by Stewart. Stewart's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Schroeder surveying the floor. Stewart with the screen on Brown. Beasley for 3. Misi grabs the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Brown down low, working on Beasley. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. And And here is Olynyk. Detroit with the rebound. Stewart's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Pistons.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high-percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equaled to 2 wins.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Jalen Duren.
And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
And so it's Detroit with the ball, following the score by New Orleans. Schroeder kicks to Beasley. Stewart, a screen for Beasley. Trying to end the drought. Drills it from outside.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. So, for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Malik Beasley.